I decided to start a company. I have a full-time job, a very supportive partner, 2 half-built apps, and a lot of shit to figure out. So let's do it. Hello, my name is Matthew Ramirez. By night, I'm an aspiring entrepreneur, and by day, I'm a cloud and platform engineer. I spent the last 9 years at a consultancy, which honestly has been great. I've gotten to wear a lot of hats, things like cloud architecture, DevOps, API development, platform engineering, infrastructure. Definitely a lot of buzzwords there, but I've learned a ton, worked with some really great people, and I've gotten pretty good at what I do. But it's always been someone else's product, someone else's roadmap. And at some point, that just stopped feeling like enough. So why am I doing this? Well, there are several reasons. First and foremost, I want to build a life where money isn't the thing making decisions for me, where I can take care of my family, travel with my partner, actually enjoy life before I'm too old or too tired to appreciate it. I want to be able to just say yes to most things, and to be able to tackle any major life events that come my way. I also want to be able to pour an absurd amount of time into my various hobbies and passions, of which there are many, for better or for worse. Secondly, the longer I've been in the workforce, the more I've come to the conclusion that I don't think I can work for someone else for the rest of my life. I want to own something, build something that's actually mine, something where the outcome is more directly tied to the efforts that I put in. And don't get me wrong, I actually enjoy my job, but burnout happens, the Sunday scaries are definitely a thing, and I think a lot of you can relate to that. And I know building a company is going to mean working more, not less. But there's a big difference between being tired from building someone else's dream and being tired from building my own. So with all that in mind, when I started looking at whether my current path was actually getting me where I wanted to go, the math just wasn't mathing. So I decided to stop waiting and just start. I founded an LLC, Strove Studio. It's still pretty early, the brand is early, but the idea is pretty straightforward. Build out a set of products over time, mobile applications, software as a service applications, whatever ends up being worth building. And it's not about one big swing right out of the gate. It's about building up, gaining experience, shipping real things, learning what works and what doesn't work, until eventually, hopefully, I build something big enough to let me live the life I want. That's what I'm working toward. So let's talk about the apps. Right now I'm working on 2 apps, the first of which is called BeatMaster. And BeatMaster is a music practice web app for musicians as well as teachers and students. And this one's a bit more personal. I'm currently learning the drums, I play a bit of guitar. And originally, I built it because I wanted a better way to organize my own practice sessions and track my progress over time. So the goal of BeatMaster is to help musicians keep track of what they're practicing and learning, provide insights on what they need to improve on, and to basically make practicing easier. And it's the further along the 2 apps that I'm building. I use this one every day. It's technically already in production, and it's getting super close to an alpha. So be on the lookout for that if you're interested in trying it out. The second app is Tally. So this one is a little earlier days than BeatMaster. It's an expense tracking and bill splitting app, and it's focused on helping people keep track of shared expenses and making it easier to understand who is what. I'm fully aware that this is a crowded space, but I think that there are still some real gaps in user experience. A lot of existing products solve parts of the problem well, but I haven't quite found one that combines everything the way I'd want to do it. So yeah, those are the apps I'm currently developing, and I cannot wait to get them out. So let's talk about the channel. What's that going to look like? I'm planning on 2 types of videos, at least to start. The first is just a straight update. What's happening with the business and the apps, what I'm working on, what's broken, what's moving, what's stalled. These are going to be very scrappy, real, and I'm not planning to heavily produce them. So think more devlog. I plan to post update videos once a week. The second type of video is going to be a bit more focused, a topic where I go into the weeds. So sometimes that's going to be technical, for example, how I set up authentication, or why I made certain infra decisions. Sometimes it'll be a bit more on the business side, things like setting up an LLC, how taxes actually work for solo founders, stuff I'm genuinely excited about, and things I think will actually be useful to you guys. And these videos are probably going to be a bit more sporadic, but definitely expect better production quality. And if you don't want to wait for the next video, I'll be posting smaller updates and behind the scenes stuff on Instagram and YouTube Shorts to start. And I'll put links to everything in the description. So I'm hoping that starting a YouTube channel, building in public, that putting this all out there keeps me accountable. So we'll see. And disclaimer, All this is happening after work. This is my 5 to 9. I'm building these products nights, weekends, mornings, while working a full-time job. So it's probably not always gonna go smoothly. On top of that, I'm completely new to content creation, so expect products and the videos to improve over time. But honestly, I think that's part of what makes the journey interesting. I'm not really sure how this is gonna go. I have a destination in mind, but the path is pretty open. What I do know is that I'm gonna keep building, I'm gonna keep learning, and I'm gonna document the journey along the way. So I'm looking forward to sharing my successes, my failures, and my life as I try to build something from scratch. If you're building something yourself, or even thinking about it, I think you'll get something out of this. If you'd like to follow along, consider subscribing. I'll see you on the next video.